Good Wednesday afternoon. We are dry right now. That is going to change later on this afternoon and evening, and it's going to be wet overnight and wet tomorrow. Breezy, cool compared to that seasonal average. We have a pretty big frontal system that is just off the coast right now, and that is going to increase those rain chances ever so slowly from west to east across western Washington. Now, today we're going to see those highs in the lower 50s, so we are running just a little bit below average. 54 in Linden, 52 in Mount Vernon. More sunshine for these areas for the northwest interior before those clouds start to increase as that warm front lifts north. We also see some sun breaks down here in Seattle as well as on the east side in Bellevue with highs in the lower 50s. 54 in Bellevue, 53 in Seattle. Our average high is actually 57 in Seattle, so we're running well below that seasonal average, but at least we stay dry throughout the majority of the afternoon. Rain chances do increase a little bit earlier around dinner time for southern parts of Puget Sound up into areas near the Hood Canal and the Kitsap Peninsula. So Belfair, Bremerton, Shelton, Olympia, Allen start to see those rain chances increasing around dinner time with highs upper 40s to around 50 degrees. Rain chances are already increasing out along the coast. That's keeping those highs pretty cool in the upper 40s. Should be in the mid 50s for my friends out there along the coast. 49 for Long Beach, 48 Aberdeen, 49 is what I'm expecting in Forks. Sunnier skies for central and eastern Washington, where temps mainly climb into the 50s, 54 for Ellensburg, near 60 in the Tri-Cities with that high expected of 59, 53 in Walla Walla. So let's go ahead and track those rain chances throughout the day. So the rain starts to move into coastal Washington and the Olympic Peninsula between 4 to 6 p.m. I went ahead and I paused future radar here at 5:30. You can see that most coastal areas are seeing some light to moderate rainfall. And there's also going to be an uptick in the wind as well as that warm front moves inland. I'll have a look at that wind forecast here in a minute, but you can see the rain continues to move inland as we work our way into the evening hours. This is at 8:30, so most folks already have had dinner or are finishing up their dinner, and you can see that we have rain chances moving into the areas around Hood Canal, the Kitsap Peninsula, southern parts of Puget Sound, and that rain will continue to move inland overnight into tomorrow morning. And by 7:30, you can see really from Everett south, we have quite a bit of rainfall across the area. So that means that morning commute for Thursday looks wet. Give yourself a little extra time on the roadways with that wet pavement. And we're just gonna hold on to that pretty steady light to moderate rainfall throughout the entire day tomorrow. So the evening commute looks wet, and we're going to hold on to the rain into the nighttime hours as well. So a pretty big shield of rain is going to work its way in, but we really need this rain. I know it's kind of unfortunate timing. It's April. We're ready for sunnier skies and warm weather, but folks, we're running well below average in the precipitation department. Most of western Washington in the Cascades and around Puget Sound are actually in abnormally dry conditions according to the latest drought monitor. So we need to get this rain before we move into that drier, warmer, late spring, summer pattern. This is how much rain you can expect. Central and southern parts of Puget Sound, around 3/4 to an inch of rain. It looks like Everett around 3/4. South of Seattle looks a little bit closer to that inch of rainfall. Unfortunately, the Olympic rain shadow is really going to kick in, so parts of San Juan County, Island County, western Whatcom County, western Skagit County, probably only going to sneak out about 1/4 of an inch of rain. Significantly higher rain amounts out along the coast and for the Olympic Peninsula, where 1, 2, 3 inches of rain can be expected. And there's the potential that the Skokomish River in Mason County near Potlatch could approach minor flood stage. So we will continue to keep an eye on that throughout the day on Thursday into Friday as we start to get some of that rain running off of some of the foothills as well as off of the Olympics, as snow levels are actually going to be pretty high, going to skyrocket to about 5,000 feet as the system does tap into a little bit of mild air. With that said, with snow levels being so high, Snoqualmie Pass looks like it's going to be rain, if not just a rain-snow mixture. No issues along I-90. And Stevens Pass even's going to kind of fluctuate between snow and rain as well. So not expecting any significant accumulations for the passes that will really impact the travel. Some of the higher mountains, though, it looks like maybe Crystal, Mount Baker could see a few inches of additional snow with some of those higher amounts a little bit closer to Mount Baker, where it looks like half a foot to a foot of snow is expected. Great news for the ski areas. We're also going to see the wind increase with that frontal system. It's near advisory criteria out along the coast and areas just inland from the coast, where some of the winds could approach 40 to 50 miles per hour late tonight into Thursday. Those would be the wind gusts from, we'll say, from the south with that frontal system moving in. But areas a little bit closer to Seattle, winds will be 20 to 30 miles per hour. So generally below that advisory criteria, but you're definitely gonna see and hear and feel the wind as those fronts start to work their way in later on tonight into Thursday. So Thursday looking pretty breezy, running below average and wet throughout the entire day. A high temp of 52 on Thursday. It looks like the weekend is going to be wet, unfortunately. A few days ago, it looked like the weekend was going to be pretty nice with highs in the 60s and a lot of sunshine, but unfortunately, Mother Nature had a trick up her sleeve, and now it looks like we're going to see wet conditions over the weekend. At least temps will be in the mid-50s, but unfortunately for your Easter morning plans, you're heading to service, it looks like it's going to be wet, and no significant substantial warm-up is in the forecast over the next 7 days. We'll continue to monitor that, but right now looking like temps generally stay below average over the next 7 days.